That's not a...
Hello.
Hello.
Apparently we're live now, so
We are live.
it's good to see everyone. My name is Reed. I'm one of the student pastors here at Southeast Elizabethtown campus.
That's gotta not happen.
We're muted now. It's
I
safe.
am Chelsea, the other youth pastor at the E-Town campus.
Yeah. So we're excited that you guys are joining us live. This was Chelsea's idea. So Chelsea, tell us a little about your inspiration for QTNA.
So you guys know that I love things at 1,010%. And one of the podcasts that I love dearly does this every week on Fridays, and they only answer one question. But we are going to answer all the questions.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
What's the podcast that you're referring to?
the Popcast.
And what's the Popcast all about?
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
Which is my fave.
So I should probably watch that to learn some things
About-
so I know anything about pop culture.
So you get my references better.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey, so as you guys are joining us, we want you to submit some questions. Is there any guardrails you want to provide? Do you actually want them to ask questions about the weather?
You can. I've got my weather app ready to go.
Okay.
If you have questions about the weather.
I knew a meteorologist once, so maybe I could ask them questions too.
Met a meteorologist once.
That's good. Not helpful, but that's good. So submit your questions. We've got them up here. We'll see them. We've got a couple of ones that we're ready to answer to get us started. So what's the first one we're going to talk about, Chelsea?
Just easy breezy. What's your favorite snack food?
Favorite snack food. This is important, especially if you're stuck in your house
Quarantine snack
at all
food.
times.
Yes.
So you've got to ration it. I would probably say popcorn.
Okay.
And I'm going to be safe. I have a 50-pound bag of popcorn seed in my basement, which means we will be thriving off of popcorn in the Milliken house for a long time.
Yeah. He did not say that's the only food in his house, so.
No. But it is the primary source of food for me at this point.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
kidding. No.
Cool.
But popcorn would be my number one snack food. What about for you?
So I just bought the Starburst Easter jelly beans, and those are delightful. So I've been eating those. But I'm so weird. I love a good, yogurt and granola mix as my snack
Good for you. That's probably better than popcorn. Maybe. All right, we've got a question here.
Oh.
Ethan Burnauer, what's up, Ethan?
Ethan!
Asked, what is the most normal thing about you?
Gosh. I don't know.
I didn't know how to wink until I was a sophomore in college. I don't know if that's normal or abnormal. Is that abnormal?
I don't know. I know how to wink, so.
Okay.
And I always have.
What's the most normal thing about you, Chelsea?
That I can't whistle. I feel like not a lot of people can whistle. He can. It's
I can.
Fine.
My
Whatever.
grandpa could as well. That's a tough question, Ethan.
It is.
I've never been asked that
Normal
question
thing
before.
About me. I've asked what's the most boring thing about me, and I have a lot of those. But
Most normal thing. Yeah, I don't know if I have a good answer.
my favorite color is blue. That's pretty average.
I feel like early onset balding is becoming more normal, so maybe that's normal about me.
Yeah.
I have more
you
and more
wanna show
friends.
everyone? You
No,
wanna do it?
not at this moment. Thanks for asking, though.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Alexis is wondering what's the weather on Friday. So
Hold on.
she met a meteorologist once. She has an answer.
I have an answer. Hold on. Stand by. Do. Weather music.
Hi, Elliot. Welcome to the chat. We're glad you're here.
The
Super
weather.
glad.
I'm ready.
Okay, weather on Friday.
Weather
Give it
on
to
Friday.
us.
69 degrees is the high, and it's going to rain
Take a walk before it rains.
before it rains.
Or
You're
take a walk in the
welcome.
rain. Think of it as like swimming. You get wet, but not swimming.
Don't walk near people, though.
6 foot distance.
Yes.
Maddie is asking, how do we feel about church and everything that's happening right now?
Well, I'm kind of thankful that our church is really equipped to kind of be flexible during this time. We have so many amazing people who are technologically intelligent, and they have set up really great ways for us to still stay connected when we can't meet in person. So I'm thankful.
Yeah, we have someone awesome who is on the other side of this camera right now.
Yeah,
Our
killing
production
it.
arts minister, Josh Turley. He set everything up in our fireside room at the E-Town campus to create a way for us to connect with you all digitally.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though we're bummed that we didn't get to see you guys 2 days ago on Sunday, we're thankful that things like this exist. Had this happened
Right.
50, 100 years ago, we would just be all alone. And so this is pretty cool that we have this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And it looks way better than my phone yesterday, propped up on an iPad, propped up on
Yeah,
a book.
this is a step up in the right direction.
We're getting
for
better
sure.
at it.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Why do squirrels always look like they are spies sneaking around?
Do they? I think it's because they jolt, and then they pause, and then they jolt, and then they pause.
Is that what spies do to sneak around? I would say that's non-sneaky
No,
description.
they have to move fast.
If I saw a man walking around jolting and then stopping, I would say he is not sneaky.
What's
he is
your
drawing attention.
answer then?
Because they're trying to save their food. They don't want anyone else to know about it. So they're sneaky
think
like
about
spies.
the food.
Yeah.
I should be.
Squirrels are savages.
Okay.
Savages. They want to steal each
I
other's
thought you were
food.
trying to say scavengers.
No, not. Well, I guess they could be that
They're
too.
Both of those things.
Yes.
Okay.
What else do we got? JT has joined us. Welcome, JT.
Hello.
We're glad you're here.
Heather?
Favorite movie by Maddie.
okay.
Great question.
Please don't make fun of me for this.
I will.
But
And I know the answer.
okay, you do, because I talk about it a lot.
Yes.
I talk about the things I love.
Yes, you do.
It is not because of its cinematic masterpiece. It is not because it's an Oscar award-winning movie. It is because I'm sentimental and I love memories. So my favorite movie is The Little Mermaid because it always has been.
I can show you the world.
That's Aladdin. You're incorrect.
Oh, you're right. That is Aladdin, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's Little Mermaid? Which one?
Which song? Under the
Who's
Sea?
It's and What's It's galore.
Yes.
You want thingamabobs?
I got 20.
I've got 20.
20.
No big deal.
I want more.
I want more.
Exactly. Sometimes
Not Aladdin.
No, that was really wrong.
There's a smorgasbord of Disney show tunes in my brain, and sometimes the wrong ones spew out.
Well, that was wrong.
Well,
but
and it happened live, so we can't edit this out. But that's okay.
Unedited.
Favorite or best type of cheese is the
Colby
question.
Jack. I
Pepper
have an
Jack.
opinion really strongly about that. Colby Jack.
Same family, just different first name. So Colby is her. I
Jack.
like Pepper. Pepper
Jack.
is the best. But
In
both
the
from the
Jack
Jack
family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Jack Thomas, though. Sorry.
No, that's a different person.
Is he watching?
I don't know. Haven't seen him yet. It's Ariel. Andrea. Oh, no, this is Elliot. Will you lick a doorknob?
Ew. No.
Most of the time, I would say no. And today, I would also say no.
That's super bad.
But I would also include door handles, doors in general, windows, any structure of a building of any kind. I will avoid having my tongue come in contact with it. So,
Gross.
what about you, Chelsea?
What a weird question.
You said anything is
I
up for
did.
grabs.
No, that's dangerous right now. You will. No. Just no.
Don't.
Just don't do that.
Under the Sea. Yes, that is another song from Little Mermaid.
Exactly.
I almost said Ariel, but that's not the name of the movie.
That's the name of the princess. I'll give you $20 if you can name her prince.
I almost said Jasmine. That's the princess from Aladdin, though. Prince Clark. Is it Prince Clark?
Super wrong. Super wrong.
Is it Prince Jack?
No.
Related to Colby and Pepper, but he's Jack Jack?
No.
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 It's
Do you want to know? Because
Prince
you lost your $20.
Howie Mandel. Prince Howie. No?
Tell him, everybody. Tell him what it is.
What's the answer? I really don't know.
Prince Eric.
Oh, that's
Come
nice.
on.
Was he one of the bachelors too?
No.
No? Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
What's the funniest joke that you know? I hate this question. So I grew up and I was a dingus most of my life, continue to be, and would make a fool of myself many times throughout middle school and high school. And people would always be like, hey, Reed, you're funny, tell a joke. And I felt like Marlin the clownfish from Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you're a clownfish, tell a
Tell
joke.
a joke.
And it's like, I don't have a favorite
A
joke. I just feel like I say things that are dumb, and it makes people laugh. Like 100% money-back guarantee that you will roll your eyes or do the kind of laughter out of your nose, which isn't really laughter. But if you were to tell us that you were laughing, you would put LOL, even though it wasn't out loud.
Mm-hmm. You'd be like, LOL.
So I don't know if I have a favorite joke.
I don't either.
I have one that I tell a lot when I'm told to tell a joke. So,
You know, I made up a joke when I was like 9 years old.
okay, let's hear yours first. This would be good.
This is not funny.
Perfect.
And I don't know. Okay. Why did they call the worker a workaholic?
I don't know. Why?
This is so bad.
Why did they call the worker a workaholic?
Because he was drunk. I made it up when I was like 8.
Wow.
And I told it to my soccer coach, and he laughed.
Probably out of pity.
These are memories I have in my brain.
That's a memory. So my joke is a polar bear walks into a restaurant and goes to the counter to order his food.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at the cashier and he says, "I'd like a hamburger
Okay.
and I'd like some fries and I'd like a Coke." And the cashier looks at him and he says, "Okay, so hamburger, fries, and a Coke." And the polar bear says, "Yeah." And the cashier says, "I don't want to be rude, but what's with the pause?" And the polar bear says, "Had 'em all my life."
Super stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Because pause, like
Because his
PAWS,
right, animals.
PAUSE. Almost, I almost said ES.
Yeah.
PAUS. That is not how you spell it.
Okay.
What else do we got? Hello, Hannah. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry you have to do homework, but you're doing the right thing. Keep those grades up. That's important.
What's your favorite song
Oh, favorite song?
ever?
Ever.
I don't know. That's just what this question said. It doesn't say ever. It just says.
Hi, Hayden. Welcome. Thank you for joining. What's your favorite song? We'll go right now.
Okay.
Just like right now, current favorite song.
Oh, current favorite song?
Yeah.
This is hard. I really am a fan of High School Musical, the series on Disney Plus. Watch it.
That's a mouthful.
It rocks.
Like Camp Rock?
No, that's different.
Different. Okay.
Yes. But there's a song
Okay.
on there that I like that I can't remember the name of right now.
It's for sure your favorite, though.
It's, Wandering. It's very good.
Are you wondering if it's wandering?
No, it's Wandering.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great.
It's good.
I don't know if I have a favorite song. I don't listen to much music
I don't.
on the radios.
No, I don't listen to the radio ever.
There was a song that someone sang on The Voice.
Last night?
I don't remember when it was,
Okay.
but it was a good song. I enjoyed it.
We-
Speaking of The Voice,
Oh, yeah.
this
Ooh,
was a
question
question
about
we
that?
had come up with beforehand. If you were on The Voice and you had a 4-chair turnaround, which I don't know about you, I know for sure they would turn around all for me. I mean, you heard me sing earlier my Disney show tunes.
It's incredible.
So if you had a 4-chair turnaround, whose team would you choose to
Nick
be on?
Jonas.
And why is that?
Because he's Nick Jonas. So he is a lovely person. And also because I'm sentimental and his band is like my entire childhood. So Nick Jonas.
The Jonas Brothers.
No. Don't disrespect them. A Jonas.
Jonas. Okay, Jonas Brothers. Was he on Camp Rock,
He
the
wa-
musical, the series?
1 and 2. Just Camp Rock.
There was 2, the musical, the series of Camp Rock?
Yes.
Okay, wow. That guy, man, he started young, has just blossomed into a fine young man.
He's also been in Jumanji movies. Fun times.
Really?
Yep, very good.
Wow. I would choose Blake, and his last name is
Shelton.
Blake
Gosh.
Shelton. I almost said Blake Shively, which is a guy who attends our church. Not
No.
Blake Shelton, because I feel
Shelton.
like I would laugh a lot with him.
Yeah, he's
and I
fun.
like to laugh.
He's fun.
Laughing is good. We got asked the question.
How much toilet paper did you buy?
How much toilet paper did you buy by Michelle? That's a great question,
That's
Michelle.
a great question.
Chelsea, what's your answer?
I already had enough, so I did not buy any.
That's right. And I had a ton of leaves in my backyard, so I just counted that as good. Just kidding. I went to Aldi, and they had 4 things of 4 rolls of toilet paper, and I just bought one of them because I felt like that's all that we would need.
That's all we need.
If worse comes to worse, I've got a baby at home. We can use his baby wipes. We'll be okay.
Also, don't hoard toilet paper.
Yeah,
everybody.
don't do that. That's not cool.
That's a
Don't do
bad
that,
idea.
bro. Okay, favorite color? This is an easy one.
blue.
Blue
I already said it.
and blue. Yes, 2 blues.
It's the most boring thing about me.
Um,
Oh, I was trying to figure out why everybody was saying Nick.
because
Nick Jonas. I get it.
they don't think our name is Nick. They know.
No.
Yeah.
I was confused.
They know better than that. Ilea is joining. Hello, Ilea. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Oh gosh.
How dare you? Nick is the best. Brenna, that's a nice opinion that you have, but
And
it's just an opinion.
It's a correct one.
No. I don't feel like I would laugh as much with Nick. I feel like he would try and make me sing better, and I can't sing any better than I already do. And I just want to laugh.
Do you think you're a better singer than Nick Jonas?
I mean, I don't get credit for it, but yes.
Okay, cool.
No, I don't.
Cool.
That's a very prideful thing for me to say. Favorite animal? This is a good question. My first, I'll tell you how you can know my favorite animal. My first email address for an AOL account was ilovechimps_11d7 @hotmail.com.
No!
So a monkey. Monkey has always been my favorite animal.
I did not know that.
I love chimps
They're fun
_11d7.
Do you know what my favorite animal is?
I don't.
I feel like I talk about the things I love a lot.
My sister's was a manatee.
No.
She loved the sea cows.
Don't care about the sea cows. I want them to live, but
Good for you.
whatever.
Save the sea turtles.
My favorite animal is tiger.
Tiger.
Bengal tiger.
Bengal. I almost said that.
They're beautiful.
I feel like I should have known that.
Yeah.
Do you like turtles? I like turtles. That's from an
Yes.
old YouTube video
Is-
that no one would have any reference to.
They
but
don't know it.
maybe
Does-
JT
is
would.
Joseph Redman?
It's JT.
Is JT?
Yes.
That's a very regal name. Joseph Redman.
Regal. What does regal mean?
Like royalty?
Royalty?
I got nervous.
How late do y'all sleep? I don't sleep late. I have a child at home.
I do not.
Yeah, I would say 3 weeks ago I got to sleep until like 10, which was great.
That's impressive.
Andrea got up with Shepherd, took care of him so that I could sleep in a little bit. We usually try and swap out weekends, blessing each other with a little extra sleep. So, but normally I don't get to sleep in. What about you, Chelsea?
I get to sleep in whenever I want, and it's
Indeed
awesome.
you do.
Usually like 9. If I sleep past 9:30, I feel like I'm being unproductive. So, I want to get up at like 9 or 9:30.
So you don't really sleep in, but you go to bed
Early.
very early.
I love to go to bed early. Like, if I'm not asleep at like 10:30, I'm angry. But I like to get in bed at like 9.
That's a sad life.
I love it.
Caitlin, hello, welcome. We're glad you're here. Would you rather have a really big dog or a very small one?
A really big dog. I met the cutest dog in the world this weekend, and he's going to be huge enormous.
How huge enormous?
Like, I don't know, but really big.
Wow.
He's a, and I might be getting this wrong, a Bernese mountain dog mixed with something else, a collie, I think. And
Is his name Bernice?
No, his name is Oliver.
Oh.
And he's Lucy Emery's dog. But he's so cute. Oh my gosh. And he had like the biggest paws in the whole world. And he kept like trying to bite me, but like in a playful way. It was so cute.
Here's my answer. Little dogs are yippy and yappy and annoying.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that.
Nope.
Big dogs shed. So to all my friends who have big dogs at their house and I walk out of your house with hairs all over my pants, I love you. I don't love your dog or their hairs. Right now, I would say I don't really want a dog. So
Me
there's
neither.
my answer.
I also don't want a dog. I love them, but don't want one.
My mom always says she wants a dog in a box that she could just like have when she wants it, and then when she doesn't want it anymore, it like goes in a box, but it's taken care of, not like animal abuse or anything,
mean.
but just like the convenience of having a pet without
Right.
the inconvenience of having a pet.
A pet.
Yeah.
Got it.
Shout out to you, Carolyn Milliken. Thanks for being my mom. She's not watching
What
right
was it?
now. She doesn't care.
No, I told my sister to watch
She's
it. She
taking
said,
care of people in
no,
Nebraska.
thank you. Oh,
She's a nurse.
right.
Yeah.
My sister didn't want to watch.
It's rude.
It's fine.
Would you rather have a big house with no family or a small house with family?
That's dark. That's a dark question.
Small house with family, for sure. I never had a big house,
Yeah.
and I had 3 siblings, and we still don't have a big house, and we get all of us together with their spouses and 11 grandkids under the age of 8. It's madness, but it's so much fun. So small house with family. That's my answer. Final answer.
Yeah,
Locked in.
Probably. Same.
We were getting some good questions here. Bet they weren't as cute as my puppies. Well, send us a picture of your puppies, JT, and we'll see.
He doesn't have them now. It was last summer. Don't you remember?
I still don't know what they looked like.
They were real cute.
Okay.
But they were smaller.
Mix or Bible and Beach? Are you asking which one we're going to or which one's our favorite?
No comment.
So clarify that for me, Brenna, and then we can answer. If you could own any animal at all as a pet with no negative consequences whatsoever, what animal would you choose as a pet?
Tiger.
Do they have to be a real animal?
Tiger.
Because a dragon would be ballin'.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be the talk of not just the town, of the everywhere.
The world.
If you had a pet dragon,
Mm-hmm. No, I still want a tiger. Thank you.
I think a dragon would be cool.
Mhm.
Could fly around
If
to
anybody
different places.
knows that, I'm ignoring him. If anybody
Oh,
knows
okay.
that place where you can pet the baby tigers, tell me about it. Send me the link. Text me. I don't know. Whatever. I want to pet them. Thank you.
So she's asking which one is our favorite.
I feel
Nick,
like we
Survival,
are not
and
allowed
Beach.
to answer that. It's like asking which student is our favorite. We love them equally.
Okay. Is that your honest answer?
Yes.
All right. We love them equally, she says.
What do you say? Jeez.
Next question.
Read mine, please. Who?
Read, would your dragon be very large or very small? Describe your dragon. It would be just the right size. There you go. Final answer.
You gonna shave? I heard it helps prevent corona.
Oh, my. Hayden. Here's the deal. I have a lot of insecurities. Everyone has lots of insecurities.
Mhm.
We all mask them pretty well.
We do? Yeah.
I think my only security is my beard. If I were to lose that, I would just melt into a puddle of sadness. So I'm going to risk it, keep the beard,
Oh, okay.
but I won't lick doorknobs still. So, like, I'm having safety
Yeah,
measures,
yeah,
but
yeah.
going to keep the beard. Good question.
Great question. Have you
Luke, where's your question?
have you
ever
ever
skydived,
skydived?
divin? Doved?
No.
Have you ever jumped out of an airplane in the sky?
No. I'm not sure why people would do that.
They're very brave.
There
I
are
would if my pet dragon was near and he could catch me,
No, thank you.
but no, I have not
I'm
ever
alright.
done that. What else do we got here? If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? Like as a job or as a hobby or...
So if you I'm going to twist this question because I can't find it on here.
Okay.
But if you were to have a job that wasn't being a youth pastor and it could be anything in the whole world, what would it be?
Probably a doctor.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to do that before.
I was going to be a
Ministry,
doctor, and
yeah.
then Jesus said, no, you're not going to be a doctor. So I'd probably say a doctor. I think it's in my DNA that I want to help and serve people.
Huh.
So something in the medical field. I feel like God's gifted me with a mind that enjoys
Yeah.
learning about that stuff. So I was going to do that, was planning on that. So I'd be a doctor. What about
Cool.
you?
If I could choose anything and I could have the ability to do anything, I would want to be a singer, a professional singer.
A singer.
Yeah. I'm not
Like Broadway singer or like...
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like a concert singer or a Broadway singer. I like to entertain people, but I don't have the ability and talent to do so currently. I don't sing in front of people, but it's fun.
JT says you looked very convincing when you said that you didn't have a favorite camp. So you've been called out. Favorite day
said
of
I-
the week?
Oh,
Sunday.
Okay.
Final answer.
Yes.
Locked in.
That's when we get to hang out with you.
Top 3 things on bucket list.
Like our actual bucket list. You know I have a real bucket list I have written out.
Is it on a bucket or in a bucket?
No, it's in a journal.
Okay, then it's not a real
In a
bucket list. That's a
notebook.
journal list.
Okay.
What's on your journal list? Chelsea?
Going to Niagara Falls.
It's a good one.
Haven't done that yet. I have to really think. Riding a hot air balloon.
That's a good one.
Oh gosh. Oh, travel to all 50 states.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
I want to see Grand Canyon. Never been
Mhm.
there. I want to visit all the national parks in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Some states don't have a national park. I don't really want to visit them. So, so national parks, and then I'd say preach on every continent.
Ooh, I would also like to go to all the continents.
Yeah.
Antarctica?
It's cold, but they need Jesus.
They do.
I hear there's penguins there. Are there?
I don't remember if it's North or South Pole. There's one or the other, but not both.
Okay. Poor penguins.
I don't
They
know.
deserve 2 places.
Right.
I
Does it or the
became a doctor of souls. Thanks, Ethan. That was
Aw,
sweet.
That's really nice.
I don't know if I deserve that, but thanks.
What's your favorite fast food place?
Closed on Sunday, but
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Dalmatian or German Shepherd? Neither. Dragon. Final answer.
German Shepherd.
Bring it back to the dragon.
Or if I could also have like a wolf as a pet, I would want that.
Live in the desert or the tundra?
I hate being hot. Hate it. But I also don't want to be in the tundra. That sounds terrible.
E-Town sounds nice.
Yeah, we'll live here.
E-Town. It wasn't an option. We made it an option.
Right.
Favorite dine-in restaurant from JT?
Okay, so there's this place in Lexington called Malone's. Everybody should go. It's delicious. And it has 3 locations, and each location has its like little like a bar and grill attachment. And my favorite one is the Malone's with the Harrys.
Did they get inspected by the health inspector on that one?
Yes.
What was their score?
A+.
Are you sure?
It's excellent.
If they've got a Harry's, I don't know if it should be an A+.
It's excellent. It's so good. I don't have a rebuttal.
Don't
for
go to
your
Malone's.
Joke.
Don't go to Malone's. Favorite dine-in restaurant? There's a place up in Louisville called Royals Hot Chicken. On point.
Never been.
It's very good. All right, so I'm going to take a break from this for a second.
Okay, we get distracted.
Pause. So ultimately, we had a reason for wanting to gather students together.
Right.
Not just to have them learn crazy things about us.
Yeah.
It's not about us. I had 2 reasons why I wanted to do this. One, I hope this was a break from your day and caused you to smile a little bit. Things are crazy right now in our society, in our town, in our culture. And I feel like a lot of times right now when I'm getting on social media, it's a lot of just bad news. And it's bad news that causes me to be fearful and anxious. It causes me to back away and to isolate. And we wanted to give you something that might brighten your day. But the second thing was this. We wanted not to just tell you truth about us. We want to give you truth about who God is and who you are when you belong to God in the midst of this kind of crazy season. So, Chelsea, we didn't plan on this. But what's a Bible verse or something that you're clinging to, or a message from a song maybe that we sing at church, something that you're holding on to as a comfort in what's an anxious time? I know you and I have talked. We've been struggling with anxiety and fear with all this stuff. So what's something for you that's giving you comfort and peace right now?
In hard times, I go to Scripture. I see it everywhere. It's all over my Instagram. It's all over my social medias. And it's in my Bible. It's on my Bible studies. But the verse I cling to always is my favorite verse that has been my favorite verse for years and years and years, and that is Proverbs 31:25. It's pretty common. That's another boring thing about me is that I like a lot of things a lot of other people like, but it's a good verse. And it is, she is clothed in strength and dignity and laughs without fear of the future. And I think it encompasses that even though this time is really uncertain right now, that I can still have joy like what we just had and not worry about what is to come, because ultimately that's not in my control.
Yeah, and I would say last Sunday we shared a message with you that was really simple from a new series we started called I Believe. Yep. And we're studying the book of
Jonah.
And in that we talked about trusting and believing in God's goodness, that by nature he's a good God. And I know the question that comes up in my heart, the question that I know you all have been asking leaders, friends, parents, or thinking, maybe you haven't said it out loud, no one's asked it here, but the question that I think a lot of us are asking is, why is God allowing this to happen? Why would a good God let something this scary, this significant, if it's impacting your parents and their job, it's impacted your schooling, it's impacting our society, why would a good God let that happen? And the verse that I have to keep going back to, and just like you, it's a very common verse, but it's John 3:16. And I've got to go back to this and remember, John 3:16, 17 says that for God so loved the world that he sent his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him doesn't have to perish or suffer, but will have everlasting life. For the Son of Man, Jesus, did not come into the world to condemn and to judge and to hurt the world, but to save the world through him. And so I always have to go back to a verse like that reminds me God's love was shown to me when he sent his Son Jesus for an undeserving sinner like myself, like you, and like the rest of us. And that Jesus came to prove God's love and God's goodness. And the thing why that's comforting for me is that assures me that God didn't design the world to be like this. He sent his Son Jesus to redeem and to fix the brokenness of this world. And Jesus came first to fix the spiritual problem, which was our distance, our isolation from God. And he's coming back again. We have a promise that Jesus is going to return, and he's going to fix every physical problem once and for all. That he'll wipe away every tear, that anxiety will be gone forever, that viruses and sickness and cancer will be eradicated. That's who our Jesus is. And so I have to go back to a verse like, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son."
I think Kyle and Dave have done a really good job these past 2 weekends during our new series, talking about how the virus that is sin affects everybody, but the difference between the sin virus and the coronavirus is that the sin virus is taken care of already. God has died and rose again. Jesus has died and rose again for us and for our sins, and it's taken care of. We're protected, and we are shepherded and made to not be as fearful because we have scripture and we have words and we have the ways that God communicates with us in order to say it's going to be okay. He's taking care of the sin virus, and he's taking care of the coronavirus.
Yeah. So I would just tell you all, every single person that you know, friends, family, neighbors, people in the community, they're looking for hope. And they're looking in all sorts of places, looking for hope and for good news. And what we just shared with you, not the first 20 minutes of just silly and fun, but just this last part of Jesus being our cure and our helper, our Savior, that's where hope is. And so we want to empower you all to have conversations like this that point people to Jesus. Each and every one of you, if you've met this person named Jesus who really lived and really died for your sins and really rose from the dead, you know that he's changed your life, and he offers you hope and grace in the midst of a really scary and trying time. So I would encourage you, how can you begin to have conversations with people who need hope? Maybe it's people who already believe in Jesus, but they need to be reminded of God's goodness and his love. But maybe you've got some friends who are close to you but are far from God. And in this quarantine and isolation and chaos of the coronavirus, maybe there's someone that you can share this hope with. And what we want is we want our digital platforms not to just be a place where you escape and numb yourself from the rest of the world, but that they would be a launching pad for you to engage the rest of the world with the hope of Jesus.
Right.
So Chelsea, there's a lot of potential for screen time in this quarantine. Would love for you to share some things, some ideas that students could do that aren't connected to a screen, watching videos, TV, social media, video games.
Right.
What are some things you would suggest they do?
Yeah, like Reed said, we're going to point you to screens a lot to stay connected with us and to stay connected with each other. But when you guys need a break from screens, we made a short list of things that you can do that can give your brain a rest away from the screen, away from the digital content. And so I'm going to start with reading books. There are tons of books I have on my list that I would love for you all to read. So if you are looking for something and you don't know where to start, give me a text. Call me, whatever. It doesn't matter. I almost said call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Kim Possible.
It works.
I knew that reference.
You did. Good job.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a Disney. Well, actually, it is Disney thing,
Disney.
but not. Anyway, continue on.
Board games. We know they're in your closets. They're dusty. They're broken. Whatever. Go to them. Grab your family and say, we're going to play a board game or card games. I love card games. Or you could get creative and FaceTime your friend and play Uno or Go Fish or something. That'd be cool. I just thought of that right now.
It's a good one.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But that does not get you away from a screen. So kind of defeats the purpose. Anyway, go on a walk. You are allowed outside. Even if you are quarantined and have symptoms or are sick with something else, you are allowed outside. You are just not allowed to touch or get near other people. So take a walk.
Yeah, your body needs sunshine and it needs to get outside. So don't stay cooped up inside forever. Take a walk. I would say, I know from my childhood, some of the scariest things that happened when I was growing up with my family turned out to be some of the moments that I remember the most of what we did as a family. So I remember when there were thunderstorms and tornado warnings in Nebraska that we would go in the basement and we'd turn the lights off and we'd have flashlights and we'd play games together and we'd make memories. And those were things that were scary, but they turned into a positive moment because of time spent with family. So I'd encourage you guys to spend time with your family. It's not necessarily screen time, but you could call your grandparents, call some friends that you haven't talked to in a while. You've got a lot of time on your hands, and there's people that you know who would love to be blessed by some conversation. And so don't use your phone as a distraction. Use it as a tool by which you can reach and connect with people.
Yeah, and take this opportunity to thank your parents in ways. Clean things when they ask you to. Clean things when they don't ask you to.
Absolutely.
Learn to cook. Cook a meal for your family one night. Just go out of your way to be kind to your parents and your siblings, because this is also just a stressful time for them as well. And your parents are going above and beyond to make sure you guys have your schoolwork done. You're getting meals that you would normally be at school for. They're going the extra mile for you all during this time. So make sure you thank them and go out of your way to help them as well.
So we're going to kind of wrap things up here, but I want you to know, hey, we love you. I know things seem scary and nerve-wracking right now, but we love you. We're for you. Here's what I would ask you. If this made you smile a little bit, or if there's something that gave you some hope, would you share this with a friend, not for the sake of them getting to know us, but for a conversation for you to have for them to get to know Jesus.
Right.
We're going to continue to do some things online to keep you connected to Jesus and to one another. And so continue to do that. Trust in Jesus. He's our only hope. Chelsea, would you pray us out?
Yes.
Would that be okay?
Yep.
Cool.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much that in this day and age of this virus that we are still able to connect through technology, and that you knew this far in advance, that you knew that we would need a way to stay connected during these months and weeks. And so you've provided us the equipment and the software and everything that we need to be able to stay in touch with each other. I pray that you just cover this entire country and this entire world that is affected by this sickness. I pray that you just cover them with peace and lessen their anxiety, Lord. That even though we don't know what's happening next and we can't see an end date, we don't know that this is going to end in 3 days or 4 days. We just pray that you cover us and you help us not to be anxious in the unknown, Lord. I thank you so much for every single one of these students who are seeking the connection, Lord, that they are not just hiding in their rooms and their homes, but they are looking for ways to be creative, to be able to continue relationships and move relationships along with their friends and their family, Lord. I pray that you can continue to give the church staff all across the country and the world new and creative ideas to be able to stay connected with their family, Lord, and ultimately connected to you. We love you so much, and we love our students. It is in your name I pray. Amen.
We love you. Have an awesome day, and we'll continue to connect with you throughout the week.
See ya.
See ya.